The ship creaks, its wooden hull groaning under the immense pressure of the surrounding ice. Each sound echoes through the frigid air, a testament to the ship's resilience and the harsh environment it navigates. It stands as a lone sentinel in a vast, icy wilderness, a solitary figure against the backdrop of an unforgiving landscape. The ocean stretches out endlessly, a frozen expanse that seems to go on forever, challenging the ship's endurance and the crew's spirit. The ocean is an endless blue canvas under a pale sky, a serene yet daunting sight. Then it appears on the horizon, a massive structure that dwarfs everything around it. A towering wall of ice, sculpted by time and the elements, rises majestically from the water. Its sheer size and beauty are both awe-inspiring and intimidating, a natural wonder that commands respect. This is a 23A, a titan of the Southern Ocean, a colossal iceberg that has awoken from its slumber. Its presence is a reminder of the power and majesty of nature. But a 23A is no ordinary iceberg. It is a unique formation, a marvel of nature that has been shaped over centuries. It's a fragment of a bygone era, a time capsule of frozen history. Each layer of ice holds secrets of the past, a record of the Earth's climatic history. A 23A is a tabular iceberg, its flat top and steep sides a testament to its violent birth from an Antarctic ice shelf. It stands as a monument to the forces that shaped it. Imagine the immense power required to break off such a massive piece of ice from the shelf. The steep sides of A23A tell the story of this dramatic event, a moment frozen in time. Picture a frozen city, larger than many you've ever seen, set adrift in the ocean. This is a 23A, a floating metropolis of ice, a giant among icebergs. This is the story of a 23A, a journey of epic proportions. Its path through the ocean is a saga of survival and transformation. A 23A's journey is one of epic proportions, a tale of endurance and change. As it travels through the ocean, it encounters various forces that shape and reshape it. This tale is etched in ice and sculpted by the relentless forces of nature. Each crack and crevice tells a story of the elements that have acted upon it. It's a story of the delicate balance of our planet's ecosystems, a reminder of the interconnectedness of all things. The presence of A23A affects the surrounding environment in profound ways, and it highlights the profound impact of climate change. As temperatures rise, icebergs like A23A become symbols of the changes happening in our world. Their journeys are not just physical but also emblematic of the broader shifts in our planet's climate. A23A's story begins in 1986, a year etched in our memories for different reasons. But in the frigid South, an event of immense scale was unfolding. From the frozen expanse of Antarctica's Filchner-Ronne ice shelf, a colossal iceberg calved, ripped away by the invisible hand of nature's forces. This was no gentle parting. The groaning of ice under immense pressure, the splintering of a frozen world, echoed across the emptiness. A 23A, a giant newly born, began its journey. But this journey, unlike many others, would be marked by an extended pause. Grounded, that's the fate that befell a 23A, this behemoth of ice. The ocean floor, a hidden landscape beneath the waves, became its temporary home. For 37 years, a 23A remained tethered to the shallows, its vast form slowly sculpted by wind and water. But even in stillness, there was change. The relentless cycle of melting and refreezing, the subtle movements caused by tides and currents, all left their mark. A 23A, though seemingly asleep, was evolving, its story continuing in whispers of ice and water. Section 4, Breaking Free from Frozen Chains, December 2023. A date that marked a turning point in a 23A's story. The grip of the seafloor weakened, the forces that held the iceberg captive began to shift. With a final, thunderous surge, a 23A broke free, resuming its long-delayed voyage. But freedom, as A23A was about to discover, can be a fickle thing. The Southern Ocean, a place of raw power and unpredictable currents, had other plans for the colossal iceberg. Section 5. A Dance with Ocean Currents. A 23A, now adrift in the vastness of the Southern Ocean, encountered a new challenge, a swirling vortex of water known as a Taylor column. This spinning current, a phenomenon of the ocean depths, ensnared the iceberg, holding it captive once more. For months, a 23A was caught in this watery waltz, its movements dictated by the whims of the Taylor column. But the iceberg's story was far from over. The same forces that had trapped it would eventually set it free. Section 6. A 23A, a city of ice. Imagine New York City, its towering skyscrapers and sprawling avenues frozen solid. The hustle and bustle of the city, the constant movement, all brought to a standstill by an icy grip. The streets, once filled with people and cars, now lie silent under a thick layer of ice. Now picture that frozen metropolis set adrift in the ocean. The entire city, encased in ice, floating aimlessly in the vast, cold waters. It's a surreal and almost haunting image, isn't it? That's the scale of a 23A. This iceberg is not just a chunk of ice, it's a frozen behemoth, a city of ice in its own right. 3 to 4 times the size of the Big Apple, this colossal iceberg weighs nearly 1 trillion tons. To put that into perspective, it's like having multiple New York cities combined into one massive block of ice. But a 23A's impact extends far beyond its sheer size. As it slowly melts, it doesn't just disappear quietly into the ocean. As it melts, this icy giant releases a torrent of nutrients into the ocean, a bounty for phytoplankton, the base of the marine food web. These tiny organisms thrive on the nutrients, creating a ripple effect that supports a diverse range of marine life. Scientists, fascinated by this natural phenomenon, study the iceberg's effects, collecting water samples to analyze its influence on the delicate balance of the ocean ecosystem. Their research helps us understand the intricate connections between ice, water, and life in our oceans, revealing the profound impact of these floating giants. Section 7. A legacy of change. A 23A's journey is a stark reminder of the powerful forces shaping our planet. This colossal iceberg, once a part of the Antarctic ice shelf, has embarked on a journey that is both awe-inspiring and alarming. Its calving from the Antarctic ice shelf, its long slumber, its eventual escape, and its slow drift through the frigid waters of the Southern Ocean, and its potential impact on marine life, all these events are interconnected. The melting ice releases fresh water into the ocean, altering the salinity and affecting marine ecosystems. All speak to the intricate interplay between climate, ice, and life itself. The polar regions are particularly sensitive to climate change, and the story of A23A is a testament to this delicate balance. The story of A23A is still being written as it continues to drift and melt, contributing to rising sea levels and changing ocean currents. Its final chapter, yet to be told. Scientists are closely monitoring its journey, gathering data to better understand the impacts of such massive icebergs on our planet. But one thing is certain. Its journey, marked by the forces of nature and time, like the journeys of countless other icebergs before it, serves as a powerful symbol of the changing world around us. Each iceberg tells a story of climate, geography, and the relentless march of time, serves as a powerful symbol of the changing world around us. The legacy of A23A is a reminder of the dynamic and ever-evolving nature of our planet,